is about divine grace. It's a period of time to reflect on our discipleship and prepare for Easter. It is based on the example of Christ's 40 days in the desert, preparing for ministry. Lent is a time to honestly examine who we are, recognize who we are called to become, and receive divine grace for the journey in between.
Lent is an inconvenient, holy disruption. It's counter to the increasing rush of life and culture and abundance. Lent, which is the 40 days before Easter, not counting Sundays, is an invitation into the wilderness. Lent is an invitation to step out of the rush of culture, to step away from the rush toward Easter, and to claim what it means to move toward Jesus, the peaceful one. This year, as a community, we're invited to explore our own spiritual condition through practices that will be shared in the daily bread, as well as readings that invite us to explore new life in the Lenten wilderness. And each year for Lent, I choose a practice that is less about the practice and all about what it causes me to notice about my spiritual condition. This year, my practice is simple. In addition to my regular tithing dollars, I'm going to give $40 in 40 days to worldwide mission tithes. Each day, I will be reminded that many families in our world live on less than $1 a day, and that many of the systems that privilege me are the same systems that oppress the most economically vulnerable, and that our collective welfare is interwoven. Each day, I will also think about how I spend the dollars I keep. What do I consume? And do I support businesses and industries that uphold the worth of persons and the sacredness of creation? I wonder what might be possible if this becomes a community practice. If 40 or 400 or 4,000 people joined me in this practice of giving, what might we discover about our spiritual condition when self-giving and mindful spending are shared practices? And what might be possible if we doubled our commitment and extended the practice beyond Lent? I wonder what is possible. Let's try it together and see.
Last week's candle reminded us to be humble in our relationship with God. Today we light the third candle that represents hopefulness. As disciples, we humbly look to Christ's example, yet we are imperfect and fall short of who Christ asks us to become. We practice hopefulness when we seek to love others, ourselves, and the path in front of us, despite challenges. We praise our loving Creator for the compassion and grace extended to all. We open ourselves to fully receive both.